Here with Mauro Eustaquio at the club's hotel, staying in Edmonton. Familiar territory for you, I'm guessing, since you played back here in 2017.
Yeah, it's good to be back. Edmonton's a real nice place. I really enjoyed my time here. Made a lot of friendships on and off the pitch, which made my year pretty easy here. So it's good to be back at Old Stopping Grounds.
At the beginning of the year, you were trialing in Northern Ireland with Derry City. What happened there, and how did you end up here at Cavalry?
I was there for about a month and a half, 2 months, and things went really well. Actually, I played a couple of exhibition games for them. Everything was perfect. I had sorted out a contract deal and everything. I was ready to sign. I went through one more medical, and I had an injury that I haven't. They didn't spot initially, and the deal kind of fell through. I wanted really to get back to European playing. It was an opportunity through a friend to go out there on trial. Things went well, obviously, at the beginning, but then I had a little tweak on my soleus, which didn't allow me to pass their medical exams. And then I got in touch with Tommy and Nash, and I spoke to them before I was in Ireland. It was always a door that was open. I told them about my situation, how it didn't really work out in Ireland, and they called me over for a 2-week trial. I came. I showed them what I could do. They were happy, and I was happy to help them build their team for the new CPL.
Last season, you were with Penn FC in the USL. Talk about your recovery and how you came back stronger.
Yeah, I tore my ACL, which made me lose pretty much the whole season. I was out for about 8 months. It's a very tough injury to get. I was playing an important role at Penn FC under Raul Voss. He was really a guy that had trusted me. Unfortunately, I only really got to play about 10, 11 games, and then I did my knee. So it was challenging, not something I wanted, obviously, because I was enjoying my playing time there. I was playing a lot. I was one of his go-to guys. I was confident, so it's never really an injury that any player wants at any time. But me personally, I was feeling really good, and I felt it was going to be a good year for me. But again, things happen, and it was kind of hard to say, but a blessing in disguise, because I really found out my limits after that. It made me way stronger mentally. And it is what it is. You bounce back stronger, and now I feel like I could reach other limits, and my appreciation for the sport grew a lot more. You take things for granted when you're healthy, and nothing really happens to you. So after my injury, I look at playing soccer and look at life a little bit different, and it just makes things way more enjoyable.
Is it very frustrating to be on the sidelines knowing that you can't contribute on the field?
Oh, 100%. 100%. Especially because we kind of started off pretty well out there, and things kind of went sour towards the end of the season. And I was pretty close to helping the team out, but I couldn't put myself in a position where I wasn't 100% fit to help them out. Obviously, as a player, you want to be involved at all costs. If it's for 1 minute, 2 minutes, 90 minutes, whatever it is, you want to help out your team. And I'm always a very volunteering guy, and I want to help out, and I want to play. I love the sport. That's why I'm in it. It's frustrating, but again, it's one of those things you got to be patient with. You don't want to step into the fields when you're not at 100%, because you're better off losing a week or two than another 8 months. So it's really a mental thing, and you got to be smart about it.
This is your third pro club in Canada. Previous stints with Ottawa Fury and FC Edmonton. Is this a country that you want to live in long term, considering you do have the ability and option to go back to Portugal since you are a dual citizen?
I like Canada. Canada, the country, even before soccer, gave a lot to my family. My brother was born here. My parents lived here. We lived here together for about 10 years. So Canada is a beautiful country. It's a country that really helped me and my parents out. So I'm very thankful for that. I do, like I said previously, I would like to go back to Europe. I think every soccer player's dream is to play in Europe. So I don't close those doors down. But I'm happy here. I've been in North America for 6 years now. If I wasn't happy, I wouldn't keep on coming back. So it's really one of those things. I'm gonna play day by day, if you want to, talk about it that way. I'm happy here. I do see a future of, I want to play another maybe 10 years of soccer if I have to play 10 years in North America or in Canada specific, I'm more than happy to do that.
But I'm sure it must be a very special feeling to be part of the first ever season of the Canadian Premier League, to be part of history.
Yeah, 100%. And, obviously for us, it's great to be part of it, and it's great to be doing so well like we're doing. We won the first silverware for the club, for the league. We're doing pretty well. We're going to be in the league's first ever final. So it's definitely good to be part of the CPL, but it's I think it's even better to be part of such a hard-working and team that really doesn't take anything for granted. We're a team that works hard, that likes to win, and our standards are pretty high. So it's good to be part of the CPL first year, but it's also good to be part of a championship DNA team.
Tell me about the Portuguese pyramid system, how competitive it is, the talent pool there, just how big it is. And did you ever play with any big players in your time in the third division?
Yeah, soccer in Portugal is a religion. Your first toy for most kids are soccer balls. So it's really something that you grow up with, and everybody has a team, everybody supports, everybody's a diehard. Quality out there, it's up with any country in the world. You have young guys coming through right now that I played against. I played against Bernardo Silva, Renato Sanchez, Andre Gomez. I played all against those guys, obviously at different teams. When I was at Leiria, playing in a sense first division juniors is they were at Benfica, Sportings, and all those clubs. So. Quality, there's massive quality in Portugal. There's actually players that I've played and they had a big role at their teams. Even at Benfica, Sporting, Porto, when we were playing juniors, which is around U19, had big roles, and they still didn't break it through to senior men's. And that's tough, but there is a lot of quality there. There's a lot of hidden gems there, but it's one of those things. It's sometimes there's things you don't control, and there's a lot of quality, but, every player needs a little bit of luck, and that's just what it is. It's a very competitive atmosphere over there. It's a lot of people trying to get one bone, and it's just what it is.
Do you support any of the big three in the Primeira Liga?
Yeah, I'm a Benfica fan. So I've always been a Benfica fan. My dad's a Benfica fan. It kind of runs in the family. The only one that really is against us is my mom. She's a Sporting fan. She likes the sport and everything, but I think she's more of okay, you guys are Benfica, then I'll be Sporting. So I don't really think there's a real big passion there, but it's good. Actually, me and my brother took her to her first professional Sporting game a couple years ago. So that was nice to see her, happy and wearing her colors.
You were a part of the U23 Olympic qualifying team coached by Philip Dos Santos back in 2015. You guys were one game away from qualifying to Rio.
Yeah, it was unfortunate. We had a really good squad and a lot of talented players. We were confident going into the tournament. We know what we had to do. Unfortunately, it didn't really work out. But again, it's a learning process. I think Canada during these past couple of years have really I've really set a standard in the national team where, we have a lot of players now coming from Europe instead of local Canadian teams, which is always good. Just shows, that the quality of Canadian players are going up, and, that's great for the country, and we'll see that hopefully in the next couple of years coming into the men's team. But yeah, regarding that U23 team, we had a lot of talent. There's a lot of guys still playing at a professional level in North America and in Europe, and that's what you want to see as a Canadian. It's something super proud.
Can we expect to see Stefan suit up for Canada in the USA Series in CONCACAF Nations League play this fall?
Hopefully, he's been working extremely hard to get back to his level. He actually started training with Cruz Azul this week. He's still pretty much non-contact, but I think hopefully in the next week or so he'll be full contact. And then it's just one of those things. He needs games, he needs minutes, he needs to get back to his rhythm. He's a great player. If he wasn't, he wouldn't be at where he's at. And it's super exciting for him, for me, for our family. Obviously, I represented the club at the country at a youth level, and to see my brother represent them at men's is something really proud to be about.
Was his decision to join Canada's program led by John Herdman a personal one or a family one?
Everything we really do between me, my brother, and my family, we're super close, the four of us. We talk about everything we do professionally, and kind of take hints to what we think is right or wrong. He came up with the discussion at home. He's like, listen, I want to be part of something big. There's the World Cup in Canada, and I want to be part of that. So he right off the bat he was really excited about it. Coach John Herdman talked to him, a couple months before. They always really kept in touch, so that was nice. And he felt like, John really wanted him on the squad. So when a player feels that, it's good. It's good to be, part of something special. And he was born here, right? So my brother has love for the country. Again, it's a country that's good for him. It was good for my parents, good for me. And it's something that he takes real pride in, and he's very excited to help Canada take that next step.
How's he adapting to Mexican football, and does he speak Spanish yet?
Yeah, he does speak Spanish. He's a little bit like me. We speak Portuguese, which is a mix of Portuguese and Spanish, but he'll be fluent. He's an intelligent kid. He'll be fluent really soon. He was adapting pretty well. For him it was tough. His life really changed in, I'd say, 3-4 weeks. He gets to Mexico, trains for about 2 weeks to get used to humidity, altitude, and all that stuff, and then all of a sudden plays a game and a half and gets injured, right? So the adaptation, he was feeling good, he was ready for it, but it was really one of those things that there's really nothing he could do, right when he was getting adapted, he unfortunately got a knee injury, but he likes it there. He knows what he has to do to play. He's under a new coach right now, so he has to work and show what his value is coming off an injury and take it from there.
Mauro, thank you so much.
Thank you very much.